He sit the side, he sit the side.
Here, come on.
te o tata. Ka mutana te tangi o ka pere, te rira, tata karikia, te ni wā te miru. Tangi.
Angai te rang, ngā tirangini, ngā tipupun. Te noho ngā rāua rātou tūpuna e ti hei Māori o. E ngā mana, e ngā reo, ngā hau e wha, nā kā rangatanga kei waingi a koutou rā. Nau mai, haere mai. Haere mai ki tēnei o tātou. E tiraha mai. Haere mai ki Uncle Kihi. Haere mai ki te poroporo aki i ai. Haere mai. Ko kore rohia nā kore. Ko waiata hia nā waiata. Ko heke nā roimai. Te oe. Kia o koutou rā, i runga anō, i te āhuatanga o te aroha, nau mai, haere mai, whakatau mai. Tēnā koutou rā, te pai tapu, tēnei te mihi atu. Te mahi tau maha, i mahi anei e koutou rā, i ngā rā tata nei, o tēnei rangatiro o tātou, tēnei ka mihi ake. Ka mihi ake e kia o koutou. Ka mihi ake. E wai kia o koutou rā. E mihi tēnei. E mihi aroha tēnei ki a tātou. Kua haere mai koutou rā. I roto i te māeke. I roto i te māeke. I roto i te māeke. Te aroha i roto i te rāhuatanga. Tēnei te mihi atu ki a koutou rā, i runga i te rāhuatanga. Tō kaha aroha mō tēnei o tātou. E oe, ki a koutou, ki a tātou, tēnei te mihi atu, tēnei te mihi atu. O tātou himene tingu tatangi. Mō Maria. Maria iane. O tātou waiata, i a kahara tātou, ki a nui te aroha, o Maria, ai nei, ai
Kia ora. Today's reading is taken from Moani, chapter 3, 18 to 24. His commandments are these, that we believe in his Son, and that we love one another. E aku tamariki, my children, our love is not to be just words or mere talk, but something real and active. Only by this can we be certain that we are children of the truth and be able to quieten our conscience in his presence, whatever accusations it may rise against us. Because God is greater than our conscience, and he knows everything. My dear people, if we cannot be condemned by our own conscience, we need not be afraid of God's presence. And whatever we ask him, we shall receive him, because we keep his commandments and live the kind of life that he wants. His commandments are these, that we believe in the name of his Son, Jesus Christ, and that we love one another as he told us to. Whoever keeps his commandments lives in God, and God lives in him. We know that he lives in us by the Spirit that he has given us. Ko te kupu tēnei ati araki.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke. Lord, remember me when you come into your kingdom. The people stayed there before the cross watching Jesus. As for the leaders, they jeered at him. He saved others, they said. Let him save himself if he is the Christ of God, the chosen one. The soldiers mocked him too. And when they approached to offer him vinegar, they said, if you are the king of the Jews, save yourself. Above him there was an inscription, this is the king of the Jews. One of the criminals hanging there abused him. Are you not the Christ, he said. Save yourself and us as well. But the other spoke up and rebuked him. Have you no fear of God at all, he said. You got the same sentence as he did. But in our case we deserve it. We are paying for what we did. But this man has done nothing wrong. Jesus, he said, remember me when you come into your kingdom. Indeed, I promise you, he replied, today you will be with me in paradise. The Gospel of the Lord. Uncle Kihi. I can see him sitting right there with his knowledge, with his everything about him, his presence, sitting there. You just knew he was a man of esteem. He wasn't only a man of esteem on the pai. He was also a man of esteem in his whakaponotanga, in his church, his heart. He had all those, he had it all. The last words on here was, you will be with me in paradise, and I believe that's where he is right now. Because of his whakapono, nā tōna kaha whakapono ki tō tātou atua. He is a great man, Uncle Kihi. He used to always say to me, before we do things. Ahoa, get on with it. Yeah. Okay, Uncle. Oh, he was very firm man. It's an honour to stand here and talk about him and do karakia for him because of what type of man he was. So Uncle Kihi, haere atu rā e te rangatira e te kaumātua. Haere atu rā ki tō hoa rangatira Auntie Maria. Haere atu rā a ki a rātou mā e tateri nei ki a koe te katoa i te rang. Haere rā e te rangatira, haere rā, haere rā. Kia ora.
E te matua atawhai, e whakamoemiti ana ki a koe mō ngā tau I noho tō mātou kraua ki tēnei ao. He tangata pukumahi, he taniwha, he tangata whakaaro, he pukenga, he tangata aroha, he tipua. A whenatia mai mātou ki te whai I tōna tauira, ki te hāpai hoki I tōna ōhāki, I ngā rā kei muri nei. E te ariki.
E te matua atawhai, I tau ngā kāonga tupuna ki tō mātou kraua, he mea poipoi hoki ia e ona pakeke. Whakaohongia o mātou ngākau kia tupu tonu e nei taonga ki te tino pua waitanga, a kia hua tonu I ngā iwi o te moana putanoa a e takotone. E te ariki.
E te atua aroha, we thank you for those who have worked so tirelessly and served so faithfully over the last few days. Our paipai, our rangarewa, our wardens, our kura, tukarangi, whānau, tarangamoana whānau. As you have blessed their efforts, bless them too. E te aiki.
E te matua atawhai. We thank you for the connections that have been forged and strengthened with Uncle's passing. Bless those who made it to Whareroa to pay tribute to Uncle. We pray for a special blessing on those who can't be with us in person, but are here in thought and heart. E te ariki.
E te atua roha. Kua hua kina te tāta o te rangi kia kihi o mātou tōku. Whakawhiti a kia te hua o tōna whakapuni. Whakataua ia ki te tino koa o tōna hunga aroha, ko Mariama, ko Puarangi mā. Kia oki oki tōna wairua I tō God. Ko roria I tō maramatanga I te tinorangi Mārie mōna, e te ariki. Te karangi kia mātou.
Hei a koe e karamati, a kōrero aroha mō tō tāu. Rena wa te laku.
Okay.
I don't
the umbrella.
E tū mai ngā tai o rehua ki utā, kia whakatūhia ki te matahau, kia tū te winiwini, kia tū te wanawana, kia tū ka whakaputaina ki te whai au ki te ao mārama ti hei Māori ora. A whakarongo ake rā, taku pāpā, whakarongo ake rā, I ta tua mai. Aneira. Te kanoki ki tea. O te kingi. Tō kingi. Kingi pō te tau te whero. Te tuawhitu. Te whare kāhui āriki. Aneira. Ngā rā e rua. Kai konei rātou. Te whānau o te kingi. Me te whare kāhui āriki whānui. Te kaumārua. Rāhui, kautau. Kei konei rā. Kei konei rā, ngā iwi o te motu. No te tai tokarau. Te rerenga wairua. Ki raki ura, te wai paunamu. Whakawhiti atu te tai hau auru. Tai nā, ki te tai rāwhiti. I te ata nei. Anei rā ngā iwi o te motu. Rātau, ki a koe te mihi. Te mihi aroha, ko koe te kai kawe, te tikanga, te mana, te kawa, o te ao Māori. Ko koe rā. Kia rātau, ngā iwi o te motu. Nau mai hoki mai. He mihi aroha tēnei ki a koutou. Na te whānau whānui. O Ngatai. He mihi tēnei. Na te whānau. Pare rā. Nai tū kairangi tā wharautia. A Ngāti Kuku. Tauranga moana. Tauranga tangata. Tēnei te whakaiti, te ngāwari, mātau, mō tō koutou tautoko, awhi, ia mātau, te whānau. Whakarongo ia, tēnei kōrero. Koutou. Ngā mihi ki a koutou katoa.
ngā manuhiri, ngā mātā waka katoa. Kei wainganui a tātou i tēnei rā. A tēnā koutou.
What a glorious feeling! I'm happy again. Love, love, up above, dark and bleak, but the sun's in my heart, and I'm ready for love. Take the clouds away, the sun's in our hearts. Oh, what a beautiful day!
The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun. Just thinking about tomorrow takes away your troubles and your sorrows till there's none. Hi. Ko au te tangata te piti te rā. I'm the Sunshine Man. 10 years ago, over 10 years ago, I made my debut. Here, standing here, I was given an instruction that no one could refuse, and you know what it's like when someone tells you, you're it. And my father told me, and my mother said, you are doing the eulogy for your sister. No one likes to see a son or daughter depart this world as a parent. The saddest day of my mother and father's life was having to bury my sister and their daughter, our daughter, Puharani. Of course, the only people dancing up there today is my sister Puha and my mother Maria. Of course, my father, when my mother passed away 4 years ago, and again I got the job again, he's been lonely. He's been missing her. He's been to that Urupa, there's a well-trodden track. And he's been up there to talk to his mate regularly. He was ready to go. My father was born in 1930, the same year as my mother. He had his birthday 2 weeks ago, when he had a gathering of his uri, and we all went, and I was sitting with him. He was in bed, and the secret had to be kept that he was in his bed, and no one in Tauranga Moana or anywhere else was supposed to know that. And he's trying to kick me out, saying, go for a kai, go for a kai. Maria and Kihi would be very proud of their uri. The skills and the talents that they have all add up to Maria and Kihi. So big and broad was the work that they did. All of you arriving here today is testament to the work that they did. So wide, so broad. My father, he went to school, but he came from a family of 13. He was the son of Parehuia, Moiri, and Ngatai. There were 13 in their family. 13. All right. Out of the 13 children, it was sad because a lot of those children died before they reached the age of 13. And because of that, children were whāngai out. So my auntie Hinero, she was brought up by the gears. My father, he was brought up by his auntie Puha. He spent a bit of time over at Ngāti He and then Ngatai. My Uncle George, Hori Paki Ross, he was brought up by Ani Patani. Ana, ai, ko koe rā, hauata. We had Auntie Tākahi Kura. I whatia, tērā mate. Ai, Auntie Tākahi Kura, Auntie Connie. Ngā mihi ake ki a koe, ho he patūranga. My Uncle Joe. In our family, he's the last man standing. Ngai tahu, ahua, engari, ngā kau, tauranga moana. Ngā mihi, Uncle. Him now, she married a Wells. Now gifted to Wharetoa, they stayed there a long time at Tūrangi. And the youngest, the Pōtiki, Moiri, Tana ingoa karangaranga, Pappy. Ngā mihi ake ki a koe, Auntie Rose. And that was his family. He was the galvanizing person within that family. He held that family together. He was preordained to be what he was. It was no accident. It never is. The lessons to us in life and to our tamariki mokopuna, you gotta go through to come out the other end. You can't go around. You can't land somewhere. You gotta go through to come out the right way at the end. So no cheating the journey of life. Mahi ata mahi. So he succeeded at Tauranga District High School. And then he went to be a train driver. He trained to be a train driver. He done his training, and then his mates, they decided to sign up to go to Korea. So he went off there, and so did his brother, his taina, Riki Hana. Riki Hana tuatai. Dad came back, but Riki Hana didn't. I tanu mea ia, te urupā kei Korea. Te momoia o taku pāpā. Tikana atu. Toku taina. Te Riki Hana. Maneni paruhuia kei te tangi, kei te tangi. At that time, he came back, met the love of his life, Maria hoki mate e omuspi. A ngāti mani o poto, a te awairo a ngāti kahu. The rest was history. Uncle Ike, I Hakara. Ah, Kiritoha. It's good that I mentioned Kiritoha's name because he's been part of our whānau. Kiritoha, his father, I Hakara, Ike. He worked in the Māori affairs at the time. Hauata was there too. I think he must have been a junior ranker because you're here, Tino Kroa here. Uncle Ike, he came home and he said to Nanny Turi, my name is Turi because, well, they couldn't name me Mary and Turi was the nickname for my grandmother, Meremahi. And so I don't know, Meremahi. And so, you know, they called her Mary at the time. Well, yeah, this goes. I was born on the day she was buried, and that's why they named me Turi and not, you know, the story goes on. So he said to Nanny Turi, I seen that boy Ngatai. He haurangi here. He's been in town. And I said, what did you say, Mum? Oh, yeah, well, they tried to keep me away, so what'd you do? I jumped the fence anyway. I said, well, there's been plenty of people jumping fences in our family, so okay to play. And so they got married. My father, he played rugby for Te Puna, part of the 1964 championship winning Te Puna team. He had his cousin, his close cousin, Uncle Gecko with him. And of course, Uncle Gecko's kids didn't even know he played for Te Puna, Uncle Gecko. I said, what's he? I said, I know what my father was doing in that championship team in Te Puna, but what was Uncle Gecko doing there? And my father said, oh, he got sent off in too many games for Rangatoa, so he went out there. And so all those whānau of Uncle Gecko, yeah, he's in the championship winning team. Okay. And so, and then of course, for my father, he had an equal love for Te Puna rugby and for Rangatoa rugby, ngā pāpaka o Rangatoa. Right. And so for our family, we're not torn, we're both hard. And so you went through those years and we milked cows. Through Uncle Lake, we got a house at Matapihi, Ohuki. We used to milk cows as kids growing up. We used to work hard. We used to wake up early to bed, early to rise, work like hell and advertise. I mean, so we were the original advertisement for Ringaropa. But that was my father. You know him well. You know him well. If you don't know him well, he worked. He was up early, and he was in bed late, all the time working. In fact, he put his last row of kiwi fruit in the ground last year. He was always in the orchard. In fact, a month ago, he was he couldn't do much, but he was on his bike watching everyone else do the work. But that was Kate the Pike. A man of prayer, not too sure in his early days. A man of hard work. There's one thing I haven't mentioned in this corridor, because my mother and father were three things. They're a partnership. They're a combination. Mahi ata mahi. Te ainoi. Māori. Mana Māori. Mātauranga Māori. I love being Māori. I love being Māori because he brought us up Māori. Mana motu hake begins at home. He rahui. My father often talked to your father on the railways. They were well connected, those guys. I'm not that sure that your father got up to some of the tricks that my father got up to. Driving on the train as a train driver. Oh, what's wrong? I think we've lost half of our carriages. Oh. Don't tell anybody. You're not allowed to reverse the train, or let's reverse it quickly, pick up the carriages we've lost, and carry on. True story. Bill Hillmoy will tell you that. He was there. I guess you can't be perfect all the time. All his clothes, they were bro Brummely. He dressed up in style. But he never ever left the place without a smile. With he and his wife, Maria, we were lucky. I go to a lot of places. With all of his children, there's just so many stories. We were lucky. Every time I stand up, I'm in a lot of committees. I've been in a lot of places. I introduced myself, and I'm one Māori who says, I was born with a teaspoon in my mouth. I was lucky. We were lucky. We were brought up with strict discipline. We were brought up in the right way. Value our faith. Love God. Love your Māori tanga. Know how to be Māori if you don't necessarily go to the marae all the time. And work hard. If there's any messages he's left to our people, to all he's gathered, and you all have your stories, you all have your memories. From the universities, the Wānanga, the Open Polytech, all of these educational institutions that are here. To the kiwi fruit industry, the Zespris, the Sika. To all the colleges and the schools that are here. To the councils, the regional, the district. So wide was the breadth of their relationships. I'll close this conversation, this happy conversation, with the quote of my mother. It's not about relationships, dear. It's all about relationships. So koina, everyone's here because of a relationship that you had with two wonderful people and with a special man who's special to us. For the last 2 days, we've been doing it tough. Oh, I'm all cried out. We've been doing it tough. But I got no excuses. I talked to my God up there, and he told me, you've run out of favors, brother. You've run out of favors. We've kept them with you for as long as we can. We gave you your mother for 87. We're giving you your father for 91. It's time. I always feel like a bit of a fraud when I'm talking to a lot of my friends and a lot of my people gathered. Because I know they've lost their whānau years ago, some of them. And I was lucky to have mine for a long time. Hey, Dad, from us all, your whānau. In the book Animal Farm, all the pigs are equal, but some are more equal than others. Eat your hearts out. My mum and my dad love their family best. Every single one of our children, their mokopuna, Rikihana, Kihi, Ngawa. One step away, Awhina, Hiniata. 2 steps away, carry on. They loved us all. Ngā mihi ake, ka kia koutou katoa. Anō hoki. A tēnei te mihi aroha ki a koutou. Te kōrero mutunga ki ngā taiohi, ki ngā mokopuna. Anei he rangatira. Anei he rangatira o te moana taura. Anei te tukatū te moana. Anei te tā kutā. Anei te tā. E tā, haere, tikina atu, i tō hoa rangatira, te kahurangi a Maria. Tēnā koutou. Tēnā koutou. Tēnā koutou. Whakanuia. Whakanuia. Te kōrero, te maumahanga, maumahara o tēnei tangata. Tāku te kihi Ngatai QSM. Ki o ki toi a te wakai. Toi a te wakai. Toi a te waka ki runga ki te maunga maunga uetu maira. Waka ngaro para pākoa. Mehe te waka. Mehe te waka. Mehe pito whakarea. Kura te wakai. Ki ka wana kai wandi takutara kai tara wahia ki te rua i te kero. E pangara hui te uira kararapa kete kauana toperu kai rara maua ue kore oe. Koe hi au ki matakana. Koe te tangata kerere ure tiruhanga ngaru wārera. Ngaru wakuru ki raro. Waha kamateka, mateka ora. Ora kamateka, mateka ora ko. Ora tēnei te tangata. Huru nānai tiki mai ka piti. Aupe, aupa. Aupa me konde piti. Mangarui. Nau mai ha, mangaroa. Nau mai ha, kia ki te koe i waihi. Kia ki te koe i wawaha. Kāmu tutun te tanga o tōna ure runga atui. Hana, hau, hau. Hana, hau.
Karakia whakamutungan. Ewe kia kahatata. So tata hini e whakamutungan.
Wat je van wat hij? Wat je?
Tangi, te whare mate, te taonga ki tūterei. Ka haere tahi rātai i te tuatai. Rā, te tātou anō ka whai atu. Tātu rā ki tūterei ngā mara, he wāpaku ki reira, whakatau karaki. Mai reira tōna marae o tūtereinga, ka whai atu ia ki tōna tuia, kia e peha. O reira, ona ngā whakamārama. Kia koe ware, tohu o te tohu nganei, me hoki mai tātou ki te kai, rai nono. Please leave space for our whare mate to go ahead first. And then we can follow them out to tūtereinga. Kapai tēnā tātou.
Thank you.